If you're trying to burn fat, lower insulin, and finally unlock metabolic health, you need to understand what your morning coffee is really doing to your body. Today, we're breaking down the real science behind keto coffee, how it impacts insulin, why it can accelerate fat burning, and exactly how to use it correctly in daily life. Let's go step by step. Imagine waking up tomorrow and stepping on the scale, finally seeing the number you've been chasing for months, maybe years. Imagine feeling light, energized, your brain sharp, your body burning fat effortlessly, even while you sip your morning coffee. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you that your morning cup of coffee, that simple ritual millions of people swear by, could be the single most powerful tool to turn that dream into reality? Most people drink coffee mindlessly, tossing in sugar, flavored syrups, or a splash of milk without realizing they're literally telling their body to stop burning fat. But there's a secret, a way to harness coffee, not just as a wake-up ritual, but as a fat-burning weapon. And it's not hype, it's science. This is what doctors like Dr. Boss have been teaching for years, and it's backed by real peer-reviewed research. You see, your body has two states, one where it stores fat and one where it burns it. The switch between these states is controlled by a hormone called insulin. When insulin is high, your body clings to fat like a lifeboat in a storm. When insulin is low, fat is released. Ketones are produced and your metabolism shifts into a fat-burning machine. Most people never flip this switch because they're eating the wrong foods, snacking too often, or pouring sugar into their coffee every morning. Here's where keto coffee comes in. Not just black coffee, not just fancy latte, but coffee blended with healthy fats like grass-fed butter or MCT oil consumed strategically without sugar or carbs. This isn't a gimmick. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming caffeine without sugar can increase your metabolic rate by up to 11%. That's right, your morning cup could literally make your body burn more calories even while sitting still. And when you add fat into the equation, something remarkable happens. The fat in keto coffee doesn't spike insulin. Instead, it provides clean, sustained energy and triggers ketone production, fuel your brain can use more efficiently than glucose. Ketones aren't just energy. They're metabolic signals telling your body, burn the stored fat, tap into the reserves. People who incorporate this into their morning ritual report reduced hunger for hours, stable energy, and mental clarity that coffee alone could never deliver. But here's the part that shocks most people. Most diets fail not because people don't try hard enough, but because they never control insulin. Sugar-laden drinks, refined carbs, and even hidden sugars in processed foods keep insulin elevated, shutting down fat burning entirely. You can spend hours in the gym, count every calorie, yet if your insulin never dips, your body clings to fat like it's life itself. Keto coffee is not a magic potion. It's a metabolic strategy to flip that switch. Let me be clear, this isn't about adding more calories and expecting a miracle. Some people think pouring a tablespoon of butter into coffee while eating a high-carb breakfast will make them lean. That's a trap. It only works if insulin is low. If your body is in the state to actually burn fat, when used correctly, keto coffee extends fasting windows naturally, curbs cravings, and allows the body to access its own fat stores. Imagine burning stored fat while enjoying a creamy, delicious beverage. This is not fantasy. This is how your physiology actually works. The effects are profound. One study in nutrition and metabolism showed that medium-chain triglycerides, the fats found in MCT oil, are rapidly converted into ketones by the liver. These ketones don't just fuel the body, they fuel the brain, improve focus, and stabilize mood. That's why entrepreneurs, athletes, and higher-forming professionals swear by it. They don't just want to lose fat. They want their body and mind operating at peak performance, and keto coffee delivers both. But there's more. Fat alone doesn't just keep insulin low. It changes your hormonal landscape. Hormones like ghrelin, the hunger hormone, decrease. Leptin, the satiety hormone, signals your brain you're full, you're satisfied, your cravings subside, your energy stabilizes, and suddenly the endless cycle of eating to avoid hunger breaks. Fat becomes a tool to master your appetite, to reclaim control over a body that's been hijacked by sugar and processed foods. Still, some people struggle. They drink keto coffee but see no results. Why? Because context matters. If you pour fats into coffee while eating high-carb meals, your body simply stores the excess as fat. If you have chronic sleep deprivation, high stress, or untreated insulin resistance, even perfect keto coffee will only get you so far. This is why understanding the science behind it is critical. This isn't a magic bullet. This is metabolic leverage, leveraging your body's natural systems to work for you instead of against you. And here's the emotional truth that hits most people hardest. Your body already knows how to burn fat. Your fat stores aren't your enemy. They're a reservoir of energy waiting for the signal to be released. The problem is modern diets and lifestyle habits keep that signal turned off. Keto coffee is a tool to flip the switch, to reclaim the energy that is literally inside you, and to finally feel what it's like to have your body working for you instead of against you. This is why mornings matter. The first cup of coffee is not just a ritual, it's a statement. It's a commitment to your body, to your energy, and to the life you want to live. When blended correctly with fats, consumed without sugar, and paired with a low-carb lifestyle, that single cup can start a cascade of metabolic benefits that last all day. Your brain fires on ketones, your hunger fades, your fat burning accelerates, your confidence grows. Imagine 6 weeks from now, stepping on the scale and noticing the difference. Not just a number, but how your clothes fit, how your energy feels, how your focus has sharpened. Keto coffee isn't just about fat loss. It's about reclaiming control over your body, your mind, and your health. And the best part, it's delicious. It's simple. It's sustainable. So the question isn't whether keto coffee works. The question is, will you use it the right way? Will you honor the science, respect your metabolism, and use it as a tool to unlock the fat-burning potential that's been dormant for too long? The choice is yours. One cup at a time, one decision at a time, you can flip the switch, reclaim your energy, and finally experience what it feels like to burn fat fast without starving. This is more than a drink. This is your morning, your metabolism, your life. And the secret is finally out. Keto coffee isn't magic, but it's as close as science has gotten. There's a quiet revolution happening in kitchens, cafes, and breakfast tables across the world. Millions of people are drinking coffee every morning, but most of them are doing it wrong. They pour sugar, creamer, or flavored syrups into their cup thinking it's harmless, not realizing that every spoonful is a command to their body to stop burning fat. What if I told you that the very coffee you drink every morning could be either sabotaging your metabolism or transforming it into a fat-burning powerhouse? The difference isn't in the beans, it's in how you use it. This is the real fat-burning coffee, and it's more powerful than anything most people have been told. Your body is a sophisticated machine. It constantly decides whether to store energy as fat or to burn it. And the master regulator of this process is a hormone called insulin. When insulin is elevated, fat storage is active and fat burning is virtually impossible. When insulin is low, your body has permission to release stored fat, to produce ketones, and to give you a clean, steady energy that lasts for hours. Most of the population never experiences this state, not because their bodies can't do it, but because modern diets, sugar, and processed foods keep insulin perpetually high. This is where keto coffee comes in. Not as a gimmick, but as a science-based tool to tip the balance in your favor. Keto coffee is simple but deceptively powerful. It's black coffee blended with healthy fats like grass-fed butter, ghee, or MCT oil, consumed strategically without sugar or carbohydrates. Every component has a purpose. Coffee itself stimulates your central nervous system, increasing alertness and mental clarity. Research published in obesity reviews shows that caffeine can increase the rate at which your body burns fat, known as thermogenesis, by up to 29% in certain individuals. That's not just energy, it's fat leaving your body. The fats added to keto coffee are equally critical. Medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs, found in coconut oil and MCT oil are metabolized differently than other fats. Instead of being stored, they are rapidly converted into ketones in the liver. Ketones are not only an efficient fuel source for your brain, but they are also metabolic signals that promote fat oxidation. Grass-fed butter and ghee provide fat-soluble vitamins and long-lasting energy without raising insulin. When consumed correctly, this combination creates a perfect storm for fat burning. Insulin remains low, ketones rise, appetite is suppressed, and your metabolism is working optimally while you sip a delicious beverage. But here's a shocking truth. Most people think adding fat to coffee is counterproductive. They fear calories. They fear butter in their coffee will make them fat. The reality, supported by multiple studies, is that when insulin is low, dietary fat is rarely stored. In fact, it can help your body burn stored fat more efficiently. This is a radical departure from everything diet culture has told us. Fat is not your enemy. Sugar and excess carbs are. Fat is the key to turning your body into a relentless, fat-burning machine. Timing matters as much as composition. The most powerful effects occur when keto coffee is consumed in the morning or during intermittent fasting. By extending the fasting window naturally, you allow your body to continue burning stored fat, rather than constantly refueling with sugar and starches. Studies in metabolism and cell metabolism show that intermittent fasting combined with low-carb, high-fat intake promotes ketone production, enhances fat oxidation, and even improves mitochondrial function. This means your cells burn fat more efficiently, your energy stabilizes, and your body begins to operate in a state of metabolic resilience that most people never experience. The effects go beyond fat loss. Ketones fuel the brain more efficiently than glucose, stabilizing neurotransmitters and improving mental clarity. People report a profound reduction in brain fog, sharper focus, and steadier energy throughout the day. In fact, research from Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience demonstrates that ketone metabolism supports cognitive performance, protects neurons, and may even reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. When you drink keto coffee correctly, you're not just burning fat, you're optimizing your brain, your hormones, and your life. But there is a critical caveat. Keto coffee is not a magic bullet. Adding butter or MCT oil on top of a high-carb diet does not make your body burn fat. Insulin must be low. Excess calories in the context of carbohydrate overload will simply be stored as fat. Additionally, if you have chronic stress, poor sleep, or untreated metabolic conditions, keto coffee alone will not overcome these barriers. This is why education is essential. Understanding the science behind fat burning is the difference between wasting calories and transforming your metabolism. This is where strategy becomes power. The real fat-burning coffee is consumed with intention. It's a ritual that signals your metabolism to switch gears. It's a daily act of reclaiming control over a body that has been hijacked by sugar, processed foods, and constant feeding. It's about creating a morning routine that fuels the mind, powers the body, and supports fat loss without hunger or deprivation. Imagine sipping a creamy, buttery cup while your body is quietly, efficiently burning stored fat. A cup that does not just wake you up, but transforms the way your metabolism operates. The science is clear. Insulin controls fat burning. Keto coffee keeps insulin low. MCT oil and butter provide ketones and sustained energy. Caffeine boosts metabolism. Combine them in the right way, and you unlock the fat-burning potential that has been lying dormant in your body. And here's the emotional truth. Fat loss is not about suffering. It's about empowering your body to do what it was designed to do. Every sip of keto coffee, when used correctly, is a declaration that you are taking control, that you are leveraging science, and that you refuse to let sugar dictate your health and energy anymore. Even small changes compound. 1 cup of keto coffee can lead to hours of fat burning, suppressed appetite, and stabilized energy. Day after day, week after week, your metabolism shifts. Clothes fit differently, energy levels soar, mental clarity sharpens, and most importantly, your body begins to feel like a machine working for you, not against you. It's not an exaggeration to say that a simple cup of coffee consumed the right way can be a turning point in your health journey. So the question is simple but profound. Will you keep drinking coffee the old way, unknowingly sabotaging your metabolism? Or will you harness the real fat-burning coffee strategy backed by research, experience, and the physiology of your body? Will you take control of your mornings, your hormones, and your fat stores? The choice is yours. One cup, one decision, one day at a time, you can ignite a fat-burning engine inside your body that has been waiting for you to flip the switch. Keto coffee is more than a beverage. It is a metabolic tool. It is a statement of intention. It is a scientifically proven way to reclaim energy, control appetite, sharpen focus, and finally burn fat without starving yourself. This is the real fat-burning coffee. The secret is out. The science is clear, and the results are waiting for those willing to drink with purpose. Your metabolism is listening. The question is, will you answer? Imagine a morning where the moment you open your eyes, your body already begins to burn fat. Your brain lights up with razor-sharp focus, and your energy flows steadily without the crashes, jitters, or cravings that plague millions every day. That morning doesn't have to be a dream. It can be reality. And the secret is sitting right in your mug. Keto coffee, when done correctly, is more than a drink. It's a metabolic switch, a brain booster, and a fat-burning machine Al-Anon. Most people drink coffee without realizing its hidden potential. They pour in sugar, flavored creamers, and high-carb additives, unknowingly sending their body a message to stop burning fat and store energy instead. This is the trap that keeps millions stuck in cycles of weight gain, fatigue, and brain fog. But the science of keto coffee is simple, and it is transformative. Caffeine plus fat minus sugar can dramatically lower insulin, trigger ketone production, and fuel the brain in ways glucose never could. The hormone insulin is at the heart of this story. It is the gatekeeper of fat storage. High insulin levels triggered by sugar, processed carbs, or constant snacking signal your body to hold on to fat for dear life. When insulin is low, your body finally has permission to access stored energy. Fat becomes fuel, ketones rise, and your metabolism shifts into a state of efficiency that most people never experience. In fact, research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that prolonged periods of low insulin increase fat oxidation and metabolic flexibility, which is the ability of your body to efficiently switch between burning glucose and fat. Keto coffee leverages this physiology. Coffee itself is more than a stimulant. When consumed without sugar, studies show caffeine can increase resting metabolic rate, boost energy expenditure, and even enhance exercise performance. But when we add the right fats, MCT oil or grass-fed butter, the effect is amplified. MCTs are metabolized differently than long-chain fats. They go straight to the liver and are converted into ketones almost instantly. These ketones don't just fuel your body, they fuel your brain. They stabilize neurotransmitters, improve focus, and provide energy that lasts for hours without crashes. Research in Frontiers in Physiology demonstrates that ketone metabolism enhances cognitive performance and protects brain cells from oxidative stress. Every sip of keto coffee, when properly made, is a neurological advantage. But it's not just the brain. Your entire body responds when insulin drops and ketones rise. Hunger hormones like grain decrease. Leptin signals satiety more effectively, and your energy stabilizes. You stop craving sugar. You stop snacking unconsciously. You reclaim control over your appetite and metabolism. One study in nutrition and metabolism showed that participants consuming MCTs in the morning reported reduced hunger for hours, enhanced fat oxidation, and improved metabolic markers. Fat in the right context is not your enemy. It is the key to unlocking a body that burns stored energy efficiently. Here's a truth that shocks most people. Most diet advice is backwards. For decades, we've been told to eat low-fat, high-carb breakfast to start the day healthy. The result, insulin spikes, fat storage, and energy crashes before lunchtime. Keto coffee flips this narrative. By combining caffeine and fat while keeping carbohydrates near zero, you turn your morning into a strategic fat-burning session. You create a window where your body has the hormonal environment it needs to release fat, produce ketones, and fuel the brain. This is not guesswork. It's biology backed by science. Timing is everything. Consuming keto coffee early in the morning, particularly during a fasting window, maximizes fat oxidation. Intermittent fasting research in cell metabolism shows that fasting periods combined with low insulin significantly increase ketone production, improve insulin sensitivity, and boost mitochondrial function, the energy factories in your cells. When you drink keto coffee during this window, it does more than wake you up. It tells your body, burn fat now, fuel the brain, optimize energy. It's like flipping a metabolic switch every morning, and the effects are cumulative. Every day you practice this, your metabolism becomes more efficient. Your cells learn to burn fat more effectively. Your brain operates on clean ketone fuel. Your energy stabilizes. Clothes fit differently. Mental clarity improves. Cravings diminish. This is not just anecdotal. Studies in metabolism and obesity reviews repeatedly confirm that ketogenic interventions, when done properly, enhance fat loss, stabilize energy, and improve cognitive performance. Keto coffee is the accessible, delicious, and simple gateway to these benefits. But there is a catch. Keto coffee is not a magic bullet if the context is wrong. Pouring butter into a high-carb latte does not burn fat. Insulin must be low. Calories must be managed in the context of your overall diet. Chronic stress, poor sleep, or unaddressed metabolic dysfunction can blunt the effects. This is why knowledge is power. Understanding the underlying science allows you to use keto coffee strategically rather than wasting calories and hope on a fad. The emotional reality is clear. Your body already has the capacity to burn fat and fuel the brain. Your fat stores are not your enemy. They are a reserve of energy waiting for the right signal. Sugar, constant feeding, and processed foods have simply blocked that signal for years. Keto coffee, used correctly, turns it back on. Every sip is a metabolic command. Release stored fat, produce ketones, fuel the brain, and energize the body. The results are profound and tangible. People report a dramatic reduction in hunger, sustained energy for work or exercise, and unprecedented mental clarity. Research confirms it.